eaten a tangerine. Would you like to try one? Psychic power! Gate of infinity! Gate of infinity!
Graphic.
Dave! Let me gather my chakra so I can...
Yeah. Gotta love it, right? What is up, everyone? Goodness. Blah. Need to wake up. I have been mentally exhausted today, and I don't know why. I think it's just the weather, honestly. I had this thing, right, where I will freely admit I have a hard time acclimating to whenever there's a weather shift. So, like, whenever I see on, like, the weather report, it's like, okay, you're going to go from about 45, 50 degrees to about 20. I know that whenever that day happens that it shifts about 20 degrees, I'm going to have a bad fucking headache. You know? But we had that, and I was acclimatized to that colder weather, right? And now we don't have it, and now I'm exhausted for some fucking reason. I don't know. That and my back has been acting up again, which makes it even worse. Blah. So, what is this question here? I mean to ask, what would be your favorite story in all of Gundam? Well, yeah, it's Wing. Gundam Wing is my favorite anime ever. Not just Gundam, just anime ever. Because it has pretty much everything I look for in a story that I can watch any day of the week. It has action. It has good aesthetics. It has... Like, there's... The things that are wrong with it are so fucking minor that, honestly, like, it's very difficult to... really difficult for me to, like, find fault with it. It's, like, in regards to, like, me personally. Like, for me, it's exactly what I'm looking for. And it's also one of those things that, like, I wish there was more of, you know? It was just right media, right time, right place, told the right way. And there's not a lot of series out there that kind of give me that same feel. A lot of other, like, a lot of Tomino's work, you know, does that for me. I love the original Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, all like that. Those 3 series are wonderful, like just fucking wonderful. What are my thoughts on Unicorn? I can't go into a long rant with this one because I have a video that I want to do about it at some point. I'll just say this way. Unicorn has very strong aesthetics. In fact, I would argue it has incredible aesthetics. It might have the strongest aesthetics in a Gundam series since Wing. Honestly. Because the mecha design is fantastic. The orchestral score is fantastic. The animation is excellent. Like, just on pure aesthetics alone, Unicorn is really up there in regards to, like, best looking Gundam shows. You know? Like, if I were to say, like, the Gundam shows that look the best on a consistent basis, I don't know what I would say is number 1, or like, the ones that come to mind that are, like, top tier are things like Wing, Zeta, Double Zeta, Char's Counterattack, Unicorn. Just the aesthetics of them are so fucking strong that it's insane that, like, just the design of it. Because, like, here's an example of just good aesthetic. My new background. The Ashimar and the Mark II are just very well designed mobile suits. They look great. They absolutely look great. In fact, a lot of the Titans mobile suits are just awesome looking. Mostly because they're Xeon offshoots, you know. But the problem that I have with the problem that I have with Unicorn comes from the retcon that it introduces about this idea that, like, the Federation always was trying to, you know, keep the possibility of colonies being independent as something that you know, isn't going to happen. I find it awfully tone deaf to the entirety of the Gundam lore, because it's like, motherfucker, in Hathaway's Flash, Xeon doesn't exist. So, like, Unicorn is effectively rendered pointless by its own writing. you know. So it was a pointless retcon. Like the Vists come across like assholes. It's like, oh, so you held on to Laplace's box, which would have effectively, if presented to the Federation, absolutely guaranteed that everything Zeon Zum Daikun had done was completely justified. So you just hit it and let the 1 year war happen? The fuck is wrong with you? Like, so we're just gonna do this now, and then Minerva's gonna go lead Zeon, and then in 2 years it's gone! I promised myself I wasn't gonna rant about it, and I ended up ranting about it. It's one of those things where, like, as a guy who is obviously anal about Gundam lore, it drives me fucking nuts. It just does. It's not a bad series. It just, the writer didn't think it through. And if there's one thing that I would criticize Sunrise about, is they don't have very strong editorial. But yeah, back on the aesthetics thing though. Where do I keep my wallpapers? Here we go. But yeah, talking about just aesthetics, like, there's the bell pepper for you. How's the stream been? Streams have been pretty good. Been pretty relaxing, all things considered. But yeah, the bell pepper here. Obviously a Zeon suit. Obviously incredibly intimidating as well. And the way that it's lit here, like the way that the lighting works, the contrast, plus the using of the two beam sabers, and just the light flicker from these internal verniers. It's just gorgeous, gorgeously put together. And the Kshatriya just has a very intimidating design to it. What's some other ones from kind of that era? But the one thing that gets me about, like, Gundam aesthetic, especially in Unicorn, is everything looks so fucking sleek. And this is, like, ultimately why when I saw the Gundam Quack, like, why I hated it. It's like, I fucking hate the design of this thing. Because it's not sleek. It's not, it doesn't look like it has a purpose for anything. It just looks like it's cobbled together. That's also the reason that, like, I know I'm going to have a hard time watching Eureka 7, because those robots kind of, like, have a similar problem where they don't really feel like they're built for a purpose. They're built, like, to try and be aesthetically pleasing, like what, admittedly, like what a Japanese, like, millennial would consider cool looking, but not really. They don't really have a design aesthetic in regards to a purpose. You know, a Gundam looks like it is built for war. You know? And that's what I love about this fucking thing. Like, look at the Unicorn here. Like, obviously, the great thing about the Unicorn is the Psycho Frame glow breaks up the whites so that it doesn't seem monotonous. But the other thing about that you see with this thing is you see it's got a big fucking gun in one hand. You look at it, it has a shield, and then you look closer at the shield, you see the shield has two fucking miniguns on it. And then it's got beam sabers in the fucking background. This thing is coming to kill you. That's what I mean by having strong aesthetics. Aside from just having, like, looking sleek and cool, quote unquote, it looks like it has purpose. And that is much more, that is just as important, rather, as looking cool. Looking like you have purpose is better, because it tells a story. Everything within your design should tell a fucking story. Should tell me something about what's going on here. You know, it should tell me about or complement the character that is being presented. You know? It doesn't have to be super complex. It's just, if this is a weapon of war, I need to know that it's a weapon of war. If it's going to be a good guy, quote unquote, suit, it needs to have heroic looks to it. It needs to be anthropomorphized, essentially. And the one thing that you'll notice about Gundams is that they are very anthropomorphized. Which is why they're designed the way that they are. Here's Grandpa, like, for example. He's very anthropomorphized. He has eyes. He has a face, though there is a mask. You know? It looks like it has the dimensions of a human. You know? And anthropomorphization helps when it comes to design because certain aspects of it are easily identifiable. Effectively, the mobile suits in Gundam, they look like soldiers, which is what they're supposed to be. You can easily identify that they are that they're weapons of war, but the fact that they look human enough makes them easier on the eyes. The same thing with the template of the typical Gundam colors of white, blue, yellow, and red. Which, by the way, Tamino did not want, and it's a good thing, honestly, that Sunrise overrode him on that. Because they made a smart call there. Because this is easily distinguishable as the hero unit. Now, Gundam obviously is a universe with shades of grays, but Amuro is a good character. He is a good soul. He's a good person. So you can identify, since he is the pilot of the Gundam, and it has these softer colors, you can tell he's the good guy. You know, he's the guy you want to root for. And you do, because Amuro is a great character. And then we take, when the suits start to look a little bit more inhuman, like so, then they start to look a bit more menacing. Start to look a little bit more like the bad guys. You know? Y'all know I love me some Haman Karn. That goes without saying. But this is designed with purpose. This is obviously the bad guy. This is obviously someone that has some problems. This is obviously somebody who wants to fucking kill you if you piss her off. But the cool things about this design is it looks very feminine. It has hips to it. It has an elegance to it. It's also a very sleek design, so on and so forth. These are good looking. It's a good looking design. Like this is the sort of shit I mean. And it also has enough anthropomorphization to effectively give off the humanity of the pilot, in the sense of the fact that Cubile has two eyes. It's not a mono eye. On top of that, it's hands. Long, feminine fingers. And when the pilot comes across as a little bit less human and a little bit more machine, well, they take the basic design of the Cubile and they do this. Because it is reflective of how Marita Cruz was at the beginning of Unicorn. More of a machine than a person. Yes, master, no master. Or what is it in Japan? Utsujin-sama? Something like that? And maybe I am missing out on Eureka 7. I'm just saying that its mobile suit design is not as good as Gundam's. It's basically what I'm saying. And I'm saying that it's going to distract me from the story of it. Another thing about like some really peak Gundam design, another one with a lot of really good aesthetic, is Iron-Blooded Orphans. There's a level of humanity in regards to the build of the Barbatos, but the deeper that the bond and the Faustian deal that happens between Mikazuki and the Barbatos, the meaner and more demonic the Barbatos looks, because this is the Barbatos fourth form. So you look at that, and then let's compare it let me get a good image here. To the Barbatos Lupus Rex. Longer arms, longer legs. I think that the legs of the Lupus Rex might be Digitrade. I could be wrong there. I'm trying to find a really good image of it. But it has a tail. It looks more animalistic than the Barbatos fourth form in the first season. And it's because it is effectively reflecting the fact that Mikazuki is becoming more monstrous. Design tells a story. Now y'all see why I'm so anal about this sort of thing. You know? See why I focus on it so much? Why I rant about things like this in my videos? Like, I don't think I'm wrong here. I think that it tells a story. I try to integrate it into my own works. Like, let me show you something. Where is... Okay. Like Elijah Wallace in Inglewood. This is his first costume in book 2 that he wears. It's pretty standard stuff, right? Literally everything he's wearing there, he bought off the internet. Like that's literally something you see in the book, is him like going on not Amazon and buying a Kevlar vest, a mask, a hoodie, and pants, and gloves as well. You know? It tells you exactly what he's doing. There's no symbol here. There's no identifying marks, really. It's just a black guy in a black outfit. Pretty much the long and short of it, right? It's not really that, and it's admittedly not really that well thought out either, nor is it supposed to be, from the character's standpoint, for two particular reasons. One, he has bare arms. What if you get shot and bleed on the ground? Number two, look at the hands. Bare fingers. Meaning that if he grabs something, there's fingerprints. It's not well thought out. Some elements of this may come into future stories, by the way. I didn't make this decision willy-nilly. Now, as time goes on, and he starts to become smarter about what he's doing, and he says to himself that I need to improve technologically, I need to be thinking about gunfire, I need to be thinking about things of that nature, well, that's when this comes along. Not the best cutout of it, obviously. But, when you look at this, you see body armor. Specifically armored plates. With an undersuit. Padding on the knuckles. Weaponry. The only bare skin is his eyes. Meaning, that if he were to get hit and cough up blood, it's going to go inside of the mask. Everything is covered. And he only has one symbol on him, right here. And it's not a symbol he chose. It's a symbol the city gave him when they called him a saint. What you're seeing, effectively, is a stronger, sturdier, yet smarter fighter. It tells a story. You see somebody who started as an amateur, and this is him going pro. Aesthetics matter. You know? So whenever I criticize something for having weak aesthetics, I'm not doing it willy-nilly. Like, I would like to hope that I'm making the point about the importance of strong aesthetic design pretty well, decently, maybe. But that's why I'm anal about it. You know, I really believe that it's something that whenever you're creating something, you should, you know, consider it. Consider how you're doing it and what kind of story you're telling and the things that you're referencing and the vibes you're trying to give off and so on and so forth. Which, by the way, is why I fucking hate AI art. Because AI art can't think like that! It's why you work with humans. It's the reason why GRINDSTONE has a no AI art policy. None. We work with artists. We do not work with just fucking stupid-ass robots. We are craftsmen. You know? We are not AI bros. We're not looking to put people out of work. We're looking to create more jobs. Will Elijah Wallace be getting a giant robot? No. No, he will not. Okay. Apparently Ready or Not is installing a thing. What did it download? Oh, that's right. There's new DLC for Ready or Not that came out, isn't there? How much do you want to bet DC and Marvel are going to add AI art for their books? It will probably happen, and it will be the death of them. It really will. Because it's going to look terrible. Because AI art is bad. It is bad looking. It is just fucking terrible. Alright. Headphones are fully charged. I am finished with my ranting. Hello, Serena. Alright. Soul Reaver. Let's get this rolling. I don't remember where we left off. I want to say we had killed Micah. Hey, Rocket Rocket. Yeah, Serena puts it well. We will not tolerate the abominable intelligence. Okay. Okay. We gotta go find Kain then. Thought the Naughty Dog game in the works is actually a Warhammer game? Oh, God. That would be awful. Feed me! Alright, back to the material realm. And where... Keep getting stutters in the games, making me think it's going to crash. Open sesame. No game audio. Oh, hold on a second. Uno momento. Sorry about that. There we go. Should be good now. And we T-pose, and there we go.
These artifacts enhance your stamina, enabling you to prolong your material manifestation. Gather 5 to complete the emblem, and thereby augment your strength.
I got a piece of the pie. I'm going to eat all of you. Yeah. All right. Oh. Dudes. Okay. Luckily, we have plenty of space and opportunity. Let's do this. Yeah, get fucked. You want some too, huh? I have no desire to fight fair. Haha. Ah. I don't really have anything to kill these guys with. You know what? Not really a point in fighting them. Here we go. I will answer questions here in a minute.
Kain. The abyss has been unkind.
I am your creation, Kain. Now, as before, you criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right.
What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Kain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable!
Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the fight. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed? Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Kain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
The Soul Reaver, Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its
This
victims.
music is so fucking good, dude.
For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Kain drew the Soul Reaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
Ah! How are you not dead? Die. I lived, bitch. Ow! What? You fucker. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I think this is about where I had, when I played the original game, how far I got. Was, I had beaten Kain, but I don't remember how. Oh, that sucks, brain. Oh, it goes through pillars, okay. You just run up to him and hit him? Gotcha. Kain, I will kill this dollar store Grim Reaper as many times as I have to. Ah!
The blade is vanquished. So it unfolds. And we are a step closer to our destinies.
Oh, there it is.
I swore I saw a glint of satisfaction in Kain's eye when the Soul Reaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Kain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
I love that spectral image of the Soul Reaver where it looks like it's dancing.
This moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are in exchange.
And just having Ozan Midrashim playing in the background is just...
And Reaver of Souls, your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a radiant blade, its energy unbound. No longer a physical blade, it can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
What are you, little soul? Another of Kain's creatures.
Oh, hey,
like a
it's
torturous
Skylar.
bound specter.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Rest.
I wonder why the game is stuttering as much as it is.
Flesh and bones are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future.
But yeah, for those who don't know, Skylar from Breaking Bad
Am I
is the voice of
always
Ariel
here?
in the Soul Reaver
How have
games.
you come to haunt these pillars?
Kain refused the sacrifice. The Pillar of Balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Kain.
bastard
What are my thoughts on
claim your
Frerin?
allegiance from me.
I don't particularly care about it. Because I read its plot synopsis and I went, huh? Because it just kind of sounded like this kind of stereotypical. It's like, here the characters had slayed the demon lord and, huh? You know, it's like, no, not my thing.
Far in the eastern mountains, a stifled titan stands in mute surrender, unwilling host to a parasitic swarm.
But yeah, you're never gonna catch me, like, watching Frerin, to be honest. I know that there's other people that are fans of it, but it's just not my thing. Okay, so this is where I last remember playing this title. And the thing is like, I've had people, like, go on long-ass rants about why I need to watch it. Looking at you, Xavier, if you're fucking watching. And it's like, I understand that it's a character study. I understand that the characters within it might be pretty enjoyable to people who like that sort of thing. But, again, to me, aesthetics and cleverness matter. And the concept, it doesn't really grab me, you know? Not saying it's bad, just saying it's not my taste, you know?
Brother Zephon's keep lies far to the east, beyond the ruins that greeted your first exit from the underworld. He and his brood have cocooned themselves in a derelict cathedral.
Okay, so go to the east.
Having murdered its human guardians.
Well, this thing hits like a truck. Awesome. At least it's better than Seed and Destiny. Fair enough. I imagine it probably is, though admittedly it's not that high of a bar. You know. Alright, keep going to the east. Shift 50 times during one playthrough. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that stutter. Hold on a second. I'd have to go back to the main menu to futz around with it. I really don't want to. I'll just deal with it for now. Do I really need to enter the water? That is the question. Doesn't look like it. Well, this is rather spooky. Oh, get fucked. Ha 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 ha. Are we gonna fight Spider Bro or what? Ow. You little spawn camper. I'm gonna chuck you in this water, dude. What is the best way to watch Double Zeta Victory in Turn A? Well, I can't answer Turn A. The best ways that a lot of people got their hands on him was the Blu-rays from Right Stuff. So that would be my recommendation. Though, in the future, those Blu-rays will probably be sold by Crunchyroll, I would think. They have actually started putting episodes of Double Zeta on the Gundam Info channel, though. Okay. The light that is coming from right here is making it difficult for me to see what's on the monitor, so I'm going to turn this off. That still didn't help it very much. Okay. There's no brightness options. This is going to get interesting. Get nuked. So that's where I came in from. Can't get up that way. You know, just so I can see what's around me. Phase through them. What? Oh, that's just the room that I can... Okay. So, we've got that room there that I can phase back to reality. And this room here where I can phase back to reality. But... is that all there is to this? Clearly I'm missing something. It looks like there's, like, supposed to be, like, a level of vertical... Oh, okay, here we go. Ah! But you can't go through the bars. Ah! God damn it. Okay, so you can't get on top of that roof, I'm guessing. Alright. Leo, I think time will tell on that one, to be honest with you. Aha! I'm of the opinion that somebody pitched Vanguard at Sony, and they were convinced that the modern audience would get behind it, and they didn't really realize that the modern audience, quote unquote, really isn't an audience because there's nobody in it. Let me up. I mean, yeah, Concord, I mean. My bad. Aha! No! Fuck. Out of my way, bitches. Son of a gun. Everybody get the fuck out of my way. Okay. Now we can shift back. And now we have spaces to go, but I can't see them! I need to do something real quick. I'm actually going to open my NVIDIA control panel and increase the brightness of the fucking monitor. That's video settings. There we go. Now I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. Haha. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it. Oh, that looks delicious. I don't have the means of killing this bastard around here.
Once a testament to mankind's defiance of Kain's empire, this towering cathedral now stood derelict. The humans who worshipped here, dead for centuries. Its architects conceived this tower as a holy weapon against the vampire menace, a colossal instrument of brass and stone. The cathedral's pipes, once tuned to blast a deadly hymn, now stood silent, and these vacant spaces whistled their impotence.
I love the Shakespearean style writing in these games, man. It's so good. I know some people aren't big fans of flowery language, but fuck it, I am. It makes Raziel sound like he's supposed to, that at one point he was royalty. Because he effectively was. And we'll find more about his history later, but, you know, he should sound like he's highborn. Blah, 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 blah. Give me that back. Ow. Not to mention, you gotta love the idea of vampire spiders. That's fucking cool, man. I'm gonna save the Soul Reaver. So I'm back out here. Fuck! Come on, game. Ah! Motherfucker. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way? No, because I've been that way before. I feel like I'm missing something. That elevates me up here. If we just come back here. I wonder if we don't shift there, what happens? If anything. There's souls to devour. Oh, the pipes look like we can traverse up them now. Ah! Maybe not that one. Maybe this one. Yeah, it's a little bit more blocky. Oh yeah, the pipes went all fuckety. Whoop! Gotta say, man, Crystal Dynamics really knew how to design a level. Bam! I know I'm not gonna put any money towards it, Serena. That's all I know for now. Oh, that's just grotesque looking. Is there something I can drag over here? Not looking like it. I'm clearly missing something. Let's shift and see if something happens. No, because there's a shift point right there. Hey, brain, what the fuck am I supposed to do in here? Oh. Did the enemies respawn? I think that answered that question. The brain's still in here? He might have fucked off. I have a theory. Flip that switch for me, monkey. Okay, that theory doesn't work. Did I see your question? Maybe? I don't know. When he consumes souls, do they cease to exist or something else? They are put back into the wheel of fate, if I remember correctly, where they're basically they're gonna be reborn. They reincarnate in a sense. I have to look at a walkthrough on this. That's a speedrunning guide. That's not what I'm looking for. Not very helpful. Whatever. So let's backtrack a second. Thoughts on Dead Sun? It didn't really look like it was gonna be that great. Oh, well, this helps. I wonder. My problem with Dead Sun is it wasn't going to, like, conclude the story from the previous titles. Aha! Very nice, I think. Did that do anything in here? My thoughts on the Return to the Ultimates comics? I haven't read a single one. I don't have a way of killing him. Excuse me. So clearly we're missing something. That doesn't do anything now. Ooh, what do we have here? Whoop! Got him. Oh shit, there's two of them! Fuck, 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 there's three of them, god. I do not have the means to kill them. Okay. So these clearly need to be in very specific spots. Thoughts on the Lords of Shadow games? I like the first one, and I like the Mirror of Fate game. The second game didn't really hit the right notes with me, personally. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily great either. If that makes any sense. No, Raziel, move that back. One down. Now. Let me get a look at the rest of them. There we go. Have I seen the animated series? Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons of it. Not quite. Yes, DMC had more puzzles like this. You say that, but do you remember the last time that Devil May Cry tried to have puzzles? I do. It was Devil May Cry 4. And everybody fucking hated them. It was the worst part of the game. God damn it. No! There we go. Yeah, exactly. The dice game. See what I mean? Also, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Bury the Light is apparently getting changed or something. Which, that's disheartening. And the guy who made the song is like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but... But it got pulled off of Spotify. I see the other one. This little bitch thought he was clever. There we go. I was overthinking it. I have to keep in mind that, like, that these games are essentially supposed to be the PlayStation answer to The Legend of Zelda. Whoa! Up we go. What's in here? I mean, I would hope that Netflix... Whoa, who the fuck are you? Back off, buddy. But yeah, do I have any faith in Netflix DMC? Not necessarily. I want it to be good. Don't get me wrong. Because I'm not like one of those people that just likes to see things fail. I'm not a cynic. However, comma, I don't really have any faith in it because the other thing. No! I'm gonna drink his soul, dude. Nothing you can do about it. Cope, seethe, mauled, it all arrives just the same. Idea. Now, set that to the side. Now, this has 2 hexagons on it. So this one needs to go right here. Got it. Okay. So, let's bring this back over here. Up and over. Up. Beautiful. Now, what is this one? This one has 1, 2, 3 hexagons. Motherfucker! Where did you come from? I'm just sitting over here minding my own business, and this motherfucker's like, here comes the Spider-Man! Motherfucker. Oh, you too, huh? Bitch, I am busy. Now, where was I? Wah! Okay. Now. Beautiful. Now I need one with a hexagon on both sides. Which I think this one is. Yes. Spider Vampire looks like one of the demons from Fate the Unholy Trinity. Well, it just kind of feels like when these dudes pop up and all say, Raid of Spiders. Like, dude, I'm busy. Fuck off. Like, bitch, I'm doing block puzzles. I got stuff to do. Aha. Well, I broke something. You're never more than 40 feet away from the spider? Clearly, especially in this case, man. Don't know what that's supposed to accomplish. More boxes! Awesome. Ugh. Okay, so we have lots of boxes, and it looks like we're connecting the pipes. Singing pipes. Alright. It's not that. You know what I just realized I'm doing? I'm just playing a giant version of Pipe Dream right now. Like, has anybody else caught on to this? I just did. It's Pipe Dream. But very slow. Now I need a corner piece. Now I need a straight piece. Or a giant version of Tetris to an extent. Yeah, it could be a little... Oh, you didn't think I heard you, did you? Log off. Where are you even coming from? Get nuked. See, at least, like, spiders that get into my apartment serve a purpose. God damn it. Come back a bit. Nah. Haha! Two down. Am I weird for liking Class of '09? I know nothing about it, so I cannot say either way. Oh. That moves something. That just leads back up here. It's an irony visual novel. That's why I don't know anything about it. Well, that did a thing. You find it funny, like American Dad say, yeah, I know nothing about it, so I cannot say either way. Looks like that just opened a shortcut. Oh. Ah, okay, now I get where it gets that one. Okay. My brain is working now. At least I think it is. For the most part. At least here and there. And I lost where I was supposed to go. Okay. I think I got what I gotta do then. Oh, wait a minute. Time stands still in the Immaterium. So I think I know what I need to do then. So we do that. Then immediately do this. Aha! And then we do this. Victory! Out of my way. That is a good question. I imagine it takes quite a few slaves to build something like this, and then, I don't know, at some point, they just get executed so that the secrets remain or some bullshit. Ow, ow, ow. Stop it! Motherfucker. Stop hitting me! Where does Soul go? Gimme! So there's got to be some way to shift to the material. Whoop. So let's get a good look at these. Got that one easy enough. Now, gotta figure out everybody else's legs. Sister and mom keep watching the Mariah Carey movie. I know your pain. I know your pain, good sir. I too have female members of my family that are obsessed with Christmas movies, which I have never fucking understood. I love my mom, don't get me wrong. She is a very sweet lady. But she watches the Hallmark Channel. I think this will work. Haha. I think that ought to do it. I'm assuming this is the rest of the pieces. It is. You know, one thing that's going to be really interesting about people who buy this is they're going to come in expecting, like, vampire action and shit. And they get a goddamn puzzle game with really good writing. shouldn't they buy Defiance for that? Basically. Because Defiance is supposed to be, like, the more full frontal assault sort of a style of story, so it works for that the game is that way, too. Haha. Victory for me. T-pose. I have now 2 pieces of the pizza. I guess that's all this section is for. What did that do for me? Oh, I guess it just made it so that it's not going to go back into place. Okay. Suck my vampire lightsaber. Okay. Gets the fans going. Your dad hates Elf? I could understand why. I'm not a Will Ferrell fan either. I never really found him to be that funny. Nice. That's it. Let me close it so I don't annoy myself to death. That'll do it. Alright, so now we can turn all the things, which I'm assuming takes us to the next stage of the dungeon. Whoop! I need to go find a good spot to shift back to the material realm. Aha! God damn it. Ha! Okay. Now we switch to this. And we switch to this. Now we head to the next area. Getting sick of your shit, Leroy. That is not what I wanted to do. Motherfucker. Oh, come on, game. I say that as if it isn't well, nah, this platforming is just a little difficult. It's just a smidge. That or I'm just old. It could be both. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yep. Do you just not go on the pipes at all, maybe? Yeah, get fucked. Why does a game like Concord need a $200 million budget? I don't know, honestly. I would imagine that a big chunk of that is marketing. Oh, there we go. Come on, Raziel. Work with me here, buddy. Because admittedly, marketing budgets for video games are way, way overblown. Aha. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about, like, the marketing budgets for, like, Dead Space 2 and 3, but they were, like, a third of the cost of the game. It was absurdly huge. And that, oddly enough, answers the other question. The reason that Silent Hill 2 Remake, which, by the way, is very worth it. While it is the cost of... It does cost as much as it is, it's like, a lot of it's because marketing budgets of video games are so overblown nowadays. They don't need to be $120 million. You know? Button, who's got the button? Not quite sure what that did, but... maybe it's helpful? Ow. Remember when Cloverfield released a vague trailer and people ate it up? Not only that, you don't know a video game that benefited from having a really vague trailer that ended up exploding? Is Dead Space. Who here remembers the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star trailer? I really need to stop trying to bum rush. If there's anybody who has not seen that trailer, let me know. Because it leads into a point. Hey, Brain. Am I supposed to have both of those valves on? But let me find that trailer real quick. But let me play the, Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your little spark. He could not see which way to go. If you did not though I know
Yeah. That is how you advertise. You don't need to spend a ton of money. You need to be creative with your advertisements. Excuse me. So yeah. That'd be my whole thing. And that's part of the reason as to why, like, video games, like, their budgets are so absurd that, like, you have to sell, like, 10 million copies or some crazy bullshit to make your money back, which is ridiculously hard to do. There we go. We need Halo Reach 2. Halo Reach 2, the deadening? Like, I don't know what it would be about. Except, like, just, like, dead people? Just have Halo Reach but with Master Chief? That would just be Master Chief taking a nap. Like, my man was asleep. Still think Kat's death is the funniest thing seen on screen. I still find it very cathartic. Master Chief was asleep for all of Reach. Yeah, but he was asleep for a lot of it, though. Thoughts on Halo Legends? I barely remember it. Hey, Brain, thanks for the $10. He says, with Halo transferring to UE5, the rebrand, not restructuring of 343, I need a new Halo game like I need an acute UTI. Yeah. The funny thing is like, people were freaking out about like the new head of their development team being like a black lesbian or whatever. Personally, that wasn't what bugged me. Because, like, I don't give a shit who you have sex with as long as you can, you know, make me a good sandwich. Proverbially speaking. What I care about is experience. And, like, the person in question was somebody who, like, didn't really have the experience to be leading 343 Studios. So I'm kind of okay with, like, the end of, like, the whole The Adventure Continues ending of Infinite. You know? Why is it not staying ringing? There are no Halos after Reach. Infinite was great, dude. At least the campaign was. And honestly, I never really thought that Reach was that great. Like, on a personal level, man, like, there's only 2 Halo games that I would describe as great all the way through. Or, actually, really, there's only one I would say is great all the way through, and it's the original. Even to this day, I still think Reach's story sucked. Kind of fumbling in the dark here. Because one thing you have to keep in mind, folks, I'm old enough to remember a time when Sir finishing this fight was something that was that I had to wait 3 years to finish the fight. Some of y'all didn't have to do that. Some of y'all could play it right after. Oh. Aha! Motherfucker's making gremlin noises at me. I feel like I'm in an episode of the Muppets. But one thing I will tell you right now, man, like, of the two major shooter franchises that the Xbox had, in Halo and Gears of War, I am in the Gears of War camp. I think I'm of the opinion that Gears is leagues better than Halo. Because, like, I have not played a Gears of War campaign that I would say is terrible. Granted, I never played Judgment. So, my opinion might change after I play Judgment at some point. Why is this not carrying me very high? Am I missing something here? This is probably it. Ah! Yep. Not getting enough, getting enough power. Maybe that'll do it. Almost. We need a third one. We're using our brain, folks. Ah! Let me up there. Aha! Got it. Yeah, there we go. Gotta love that feeling of progression. I need to do something real quick. Need to do that. Okay. God help you if you played Quantum Theory. Here's the thing. With, like, Gears of War clones. None of you had to play Mind Jack. I don't want to fucking hear it. Alright, so we unlocked a fast travel room. Okay. I'm going to save the game real quick. Yeah, none of you had to play Mind Jack. I don't want to fucking hear it. I think that's the way I came. This bisected individual has a flamethrower. Next boss battle. Vodka, I have never played Future Soldier, so I couldn't tell you.
The prodigal son. There is no returning for you, Raziel.
Zephan, your visage becomes you. It's an appropriate reflection of your soul.
And you are not his handsome Raziel anymore. His precious firstborn son turned betrayer. You have missed so many changes, little Raziel. Look around you. See how the human's weapon of
I love how this game has basically like 4 voice actors. Because that's all they could really afford at the time.
a cocoon of brick and granite from which to watch a pupating world.
A crevice in which to cower, only scuttling from the shadows to devour a victim already ensnared in your cowardly trap. But you've made the mistake of leaving me unbound, and it is you who must succumb to my will.
Will, instinct, reflex action. The insect mind finds little difference. I warn you, brother. As my stature has grown, so it is matched by my appetite. Step forward, morsel.
Okay. Can't pick up that flamethrower. Ouch. Spider-Man kicked my ass. Give me that. Okay, that didn't work. This bitch hit me in the back. Come here. Okay. Got him. Yeah. And I think this lets me climb up walls.
Consuming Zephon's apostate soul has bestowed on you a new gift. Like his vampire spawn, you're able to scale certain walls which are otherwise impassable, but only in the physical realm. In the spirit world, these insubstantial edifices will not support you.
Victory.
In the mountains beyond the pillars, Nosgoth's cataclysms have exposed an ancient crime. Endowed with Zephon's soul, you may now progress where your path was hitherto impeded.
And now, because there was a warp point like right over here, we can just go into it and go to the next spot. Yoink. Yeah, Tony J was the man, but he was old even when these games were recorded.
Visit other gates before this portal will be opened to you.
Shows how the Soul Reaver was intended for later in the game. Interesting. Okay, I don't know if I went to the right spot. Yeah, exactly, Badzilla. He was the voice of Frollo in Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, so this is Kain, so I clearly did not go to the right spot. Can't get all the way up there. What exactly am I missing here? Oh. That's what I'm missing. What's up? I feel bad for doing that. Can't get in there. My instincts served me well.
The human citadel. Its towering walls and deep moats engineered to keep Nosgoth's vampire plague at bay.
Did that make a difference? Possibly. Maybe not. Ha!
Though the city was well fortified against vampires, its human architects hadn't considered a breach by a creature such as myself.
The humans of the Citadel have come to revile you for your actions. You are now vilified amongst them. Oops. I'll try to no longer violate the NAP. That solves that problem. I think I messed up. Oh, that's right. Turrell was supposed to be in this game. I forgot about that. I'll borrow this, just in case. Puzzle game. I went through all that for a slice of pizza. I just want that to be known right now. That literally is all you do in this human citadel, it seems. At least I think. I could be wrong. Brayden, is there anything else I do here? What do you call a female dog that won't behave? I think that I don't really want to do the whole edgy joke thing right now because I'm not really in the mood. I didn't kill an innocent person. I killed a dude who tried to hit me with a flamethrower. He violated the NAP. Oh, I need to cut off that water flow. Oh, never mind. You can just tank it. Okay. Hey, Tyler Preston. Gotta get used to the fact I can climb certain walls.
With this artifact, your glyph energy capacity is increased.
What is glyph energy? I think I've done everything I can here. Hey, Brain, if you're still here, was there anything else that you're supposed to do at the human citadel, or am I just here too early or something? This might end up answering my question. Upsy daisy. So we climb all the way up here. And then what? Does this do anything for me? Not really. Okay, so I gotta get the water swimming ability to really do anything more here. Okay. I think I'm just gonna save it and call, stop playing Soul Reaver for a bit. Oh, goodness. I'm getting a little tired of having these headphones on my head. Ugh. Oh, my lord. Bleh. That's what I have to say. Bleh. If there is one thing that I will say about Soul Reaver 1 is it is so slow-paced that it can be a little draining to play. But it is a very good video game, to say the least. Ugh. Golly. Anything else going on in the world? Has anybody else noticed that Rob from Comics Explained like changes his thumbnails a lot? I wonder why that is. Because before he had like this really dope fucking Moon Knight art. And then he changed it to kind of boring one. It's very weird. Very, very weird. One thing I have to say that I find really funny is as time is going on, people are starting to understand why I said The Boys comic was a lot better than the television show. I heard about the Nosferatu movie releasing soon. I want to see it. I think it's going to be good. Because it's done by the same guy who did The Witch. And The Witch is tremendous. It's a great movie. The Witch is funny. I didn't really think it was funny. Not much going on in the world. I wonder if Lolly and Shota are doing anything tonight. I mean, I've got a little bit of work I got to do, but the butter line was funny. I'm confused. I'm guessing that you're thinking about it in like the context of the modern day where butter is very common. Butter in that time was an excess because it took a lot of work to actually make. It was something you didn't have very often. It's effectively being asked because the devil, because that's what, God, what was the name of the goat? Black Phillip. He's basically tempting her with everything that she's ever wanted in life. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? You have to keep in mind the context of when that's being asked. Could you imagine living in that time period? Everything would taste like nothing. Seasoning, spice, things along those lines, the things that we take for granted nowadays, were very difficult to get your hands on. You had to be rich to afford spices. If you were going to have butter, it was going to take a lot of work. Assuming that you had a cow. Effectively, what has happened is he's killed the whole family. And he's offering her the power of what she is assuming is freedom. It's fucking creepy. Like the Witch and Hereditary, man. Those two movies, they creep the fuck out of me. Very effective horror films. It's sort of like if in the modern day what would be offered would be riches, effectively. Would you like to drive as fast as the wind? Would you like to be, do you want the constant feel of silk? Things along those lines. Excess. Expensive things. It's feeding the sin of envy. I thought it was very clever writing. And not to mention, the other thing that it gets is the idea of Satan as someone who tempts. Someone who whispers sweet nothings in your ear, promises of a grandeur that ultimately is going to end up with your enslavement. Vodka, you're missing my point. My point is that the devil tempts you with the things that you do not have, and offers them to you in exchange for something or something else, usually your soul, the very thing that makes you who you are. So the things that he was offering to her at the time were like offering, well, for a lot of people on the internet, it's one night with your fucking Oshi. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of very lonely guys on the internet that would probably sell their soul to have sex with Sir Esfana. Yeah, and offering all of it at your lowest, too. Yeah, the Faustian bargain. May not be wrong, but that's sad as hell. Let's be honest about something. In the modern day, where there's a lot of young men online that are absolutely fucking petrified of attempting to try to talk to people to potentially move into a relationship, there's nothing more tempting to them than the offering of love at the snap of fingertips. I mean, why do you think so many people are these Coomer-brained, bachelors, why they act the way that they do? Yeah, there are some that would sell their soul for a hug from a nice girl. That's what Black Phillip would offer a lot of young men. Would you like the feeling of warmth in your bed? Would you like to wake up to beautiful eyes? Wouldst thou love to live with love? How many people would say yes to that? Quite a few. That's what makes it frightening. There's a being out there that exists that can enslave you by offering you the one thing that you seek most in life and twisting it. And he'd ask you the same question. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? That's a funny joke, Vodka, but serious. I'm being serious though. Like that's what makes it so effective as a horror film. Is that all of that for the material, your entire family gone. For material things. It is a sad, very bittersweet, or very bitter pill, the end of that movie. I love it. It's just one of those things, man, where that's one thing that I like about like Satan as a character is his knowledge of you is always going to be what he uses against you. What is the one thing you want in this time? Well, I'll give it to you. All you have to do is this. And then you do it, and then suddenly your soul is gone. You know? Like, that's... Your sense of humor has become fudged. Well, being on the internet too much can do that to you, I won't lie. If I ever wanted to do a Christmas-themed horror comic, nah. Yeah, it's like the curse from the Pirates of the Caribbean. They got exactly what they wanted and it became a living hell. Monkey's paw, you know. You get your wish, but it's at a price. Or it's ironic. Oh, you wanted to sail the seas forever, right? Okay, you can do it. As a fucking ghost. You won't die. You're already dead. But yeah, I love The Witch. It's a great film. Just so well put together. What else has Robert Eggers done? Obviously, he's about to do Nosferatu. He did The Northman, right? Yeah, and The Northman was great. There's one other movie that he's done. Oh, The Lighthouse, which I admittedly have not watched yet. I really should. The one thing I know about The Lighthouse is the speech that that Willem Dafoe gives. You don't like me cooking? Yeah, how did it go? God. It's like the beginning of it is on the tip of my tongue. I just the end of it, just Robert Pattinson's character is just kind of sitting here like this, and he's like, "All right, I like your cooking." Like, Jesus, man, if you're gonna curse me to death at the hands of Poseidon himself, you know, like, good Lord. All right, fine, the lobster is good. Fuck. Man. But yeah, how many films did this guy do? Has he done now? The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, Nosferatu. He also did a short film of The Telltale Heart, huh? Interesting. He's definitely a talented guy as far as directors go. Him and the guy who did Hereditary are probably like my favorite, like my age horror directors. Because I'm only 2 years younger than Robert Eggers, apparently. But I loved The Northman. The Northman was kind of like... The Northman is a good example of grimdark, in my opinion. You know, like it's definitely got grimdark vibes. Because like everything that you kind of expect for how the story is going to go doesn't necessarily play out that way. But he still wants his revenge. You know. It's a really well put together film. Brutal as hell too. Like, when they wake up after a night and, like, a bunch of people have been, like, cut to ribbons and posed like an animal, like, it can get pretty fucked. But that was kind of the appeal. Like, it had that sort of Nordic brutality to it, you know? And it's so interesting that the gods have like an interest in the death of a fucking of the brother of a king turned into a goddamn farmer. You know? Isn't it a Norse Shakespeare-like tale? It is based on the tale that Hamlet is based on. Let me look it up real quick. I forget the name of it. Yeah, The Legend of Amleth, which became Hamlet. The Berserker scene. That's a good one. I really liked Willem Dafoe in it as the Jester as well. I thought that was really interesting. Kind of like how he kind of foreshadows the whole thing. I like how it's also like properly grotesque and brutal. It gives a really good feel of like Norse, like it doesn't try to pretty up the Norse like Thor does. You know, like it shows the brutality of Vikings, which I appreciate because the Vikings could be very brutal. That's also why I mentioned this on my podcast, but I really want to see Alexander Skarsgård play play Leman Russ. Like how un-PC it is. I will say this. I'm definitely a big fan of whenever an artist is not afraid to tell the story that they want. And in political correctness is definitely something that gets in the way of that. You know? Speaking of Norse, thoughts on Beowulf. The original epic or the CG animated film? Because the latter of the two I never watched. But you know, I've read the epic. I read it in junior high, I think. Somewhere around there, like 6th grade or junior high. Read it a long time ago. My favorite part being just him ripping Grendel's arm off. I was like, what the fuck? I was just like reading that. I'm like, dude, Mythology's hardcore. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, looks like everybody is heading over to Lolly's channel because he's getting ready to get started. So I will let you guys head over there. I will go ahead and redirect you. Give me just a moment. Because I've got some stuff that I got to do. And then on Thursday, we will return to Soul Reaver. For sure. Because I have definitely enjoyed getting to play back through it. So. Just let them know that I sent you. And I am going to eat my dinner, enjoy a Pepsi, and get a little bit of work done. So have yourselves a great night, everybody. I'll see you all next time.